The origins and cultural significance of saying bless you. Welcome to Unlimited Quest. Today, we're exploring one of the most enduring and widespread expressions in the English language. Bless you. Have you ever paused when someone sneezes, instinctively responding with bless you, and wondered why this custom exists? In this deep dive, we'll trace the history and evolution of this phrase, examine the religious, superstitious, and cultural factors that have shaped its usage, and explore how a simple act of a sneeze transformed into a ritualistic expression of goodwill. Whether you're a language enthusiast, a history buff, or simply curious about everyday customs, join us as we uncover the rich tapestry behind the words bless you. Historical roots, ancient beliefs and superstitions. The origins of saying bless you when someone sneezes date back centuries, rooted in a mixture of superstition, religion, and folk medicine. One popular theory traces the custom to the time of the plague in Europe. During the outbreaks of the bubonic plague in the Middle Ages, sneezing was often one of the first signs of illness. People believed that a sneeze could be an omen of impending death or a sign that the person had been exposed to the deadly disease. In this fearful context, uttering "God bless you" or simply "bless you" was thought to protect the sneezer from the plague or to invoke divine protection. Ancient superstitions also played a significant role. In many early cultures, sneezing was seen as a moment when the soul could be expelled from the body, or when evil spirits might enter. To counter these perceived dangers, communities developed rituals and verbal charms designed to keep both the soul intact and malevolent forces at bay. The phrase "bless you" was one such charm, intended to invoke the protection of the divine and ward off evil. Additionally, some ancient Romans believed that sneezing was a form of divine omen, a signal that the gods were communicating with mortals. In these societies, a sneeze might be interpreted as a favorable sign or a warning, prompting a spontaneous prayer or blessing. These early interpretations contributed to the notion that a sneeze was a moment worthy of special attention and care. Religious influences. A divine intervention. Religion has been a major force in shaping the expression bless you. In early Christian traditions, the practice of saying "God bless you" after a sneeze was integrated into daily life as a way of invoking divine favor. The early church, facing rampant diseases and high mortality rates, adopted the phrase as part of a broader strategy to offer comfort and protection to the faithful. According to one account, Pope Gregory the Great, in the 6th century decreed that uttering "God bless you" after a sneeze would help safeguard the individual against the spread of plague. Although historical evidence for this decree is debated, the association between sneezing and divine intervention became firmly embedded in Christian practice. Over time, bless you evolved into a standard response, a verbal ritual that signified not only good wishes, but also a connection to a higher power. This religious connotation helped the phrase endure through the centuries. Even as the original fears of plague diminished, the practice continued as a vestige of ancient ritual and religious tradition. In many cultures, saying "bless you" remains a subtle reminder of humanity's vulnerability and the ever-present hope for divine protection in an unpredictable world. The role of folk medicine and superstitious beliefs. Before the advent of modern medicine, many societies relied on a mix of folk remedies and superstitions to explain and combat illness. Sneezing, as a sudden and uncontrollable act, was often interpreted as a disruption of the body's natural balance. In various cultures, it was believed that a sneeze could expel not only air, but also part of the soul, or conversely, that it could allow evil spirits to enter the body. To counter these beliefs, verbal charms like "bless you" were used as protective spells. By invoking blessings, communities hoped to seal the body against the invasion of harmful forces and to keep the soul safely within. These practices highlight the human need to exert control over the unknown, using language and ritual to make sense of the unpredictable phenomena of life. Such folk practices were common in many parts of the world, and while the specific phrases varied from culture to culture, the underlying principle was similar. A sneeze was a moment of vulnerability that required a protective, communal response. The modern English "bless you" is just one manifestation of this ancient impulse, a linguistic safeguard passed down through generations. Linguistic evolution and cultural transmission. Over the centuries, the phrase "bless you" has evolved linguistically and culturally. Originally, the full expression might have been "God bless you." But as language simplified over time, the shorter version became widely accepted. This evolution reflects a broader trend in language, where frequent usage leads to the condensation of phrases without a significant loss of meaning. Cultural transmission also played a vital role in cementing the phrase in everyday language. As societies interacted through trade, migration, and conquest, customs and expressions were exchanged and adapted. The practice of saying "bless you" spread from Europe to other parts of the world, integrating into the local vernacular and evolving to suit new cultural contexts. In many languages, equivalent expressions exist, each carrying its own historical and cultural nuances, yet all rooted in the common idea of invoking good wishes upon someone who sneezes. This process of linguistic diffusion underscores how a simple phrase can become a universal norm. Today, while variations of "bless you" are found across cultures, the underlying sentiment remains consistent: a desire to protect and wish well for others in moments of vulnerability. Psychological and social dimensions. Beyond its historical and religious roots, saying "bless you" also has important psychological and social functions. At a basic level, this simple phrase serves as a social cue, a way for individuals to acknowledge and respond to a moment of involuntary behavior. In social interactions, such small verbal exchanges can foster a sense of community and connectedness. Psychologically, receiving a blessing can evoke feelings of warmth and reassurance. When someone says "bless you" after you sneeze, it's an acknowledgement that your well-being matters. This brief interaction, though seemingly trivial, reinforces social bonds and can help create an environment of mutual care. In times of stress or uncertainty, these small gestures of kindness can contribute to a larger sense of collective support. Moreover, the ritualistic nature of saying "bless you" serves as a form of social conditioning. From an early age, children learn that sneezing is often met with this particular response, embedding the practice into the fabric of everyday conversation. Over time, it becomes a reflexive social behavior, one that not only conveys good wishes, but also signals adherence to cultural norms. In many ways, "bless you" functions as a verbal handshake, a polite and customary acknowledgement that bridges individual experiences with communal expectations. It's a reminder that even in the minutiae of daily life, our interactions are governed by shared rituals that foster a sense of belonging and continuity. Cross-cultural comparisons and global variations. While "bless you" is a common expression in many English-speaking cultures, similar practices exist worldwide, each with its unique twist. For instance, in many parts of Europe, people say "Gesundheit," which translates to health. In German-speaking countries, this wish for good health reflects a similar concern for the sneezer's well-being. In Italy, one might hear "salute," which again emphasizes health, while in other cultures, the response may be embedded in local religious or superstitious beliefs. These variations illustrate that while the specific words differ, the underlying impulse to offer protection and good wishes remains universal. The existence of these diverse expressions underscores the shared human experience of vulnerability and the desire for communal support. Regardless of language, a sneeze is often seen as a moment requiring care, a brief interruption that is met with a spontaneous outpouring of goodwill. By comparing these cross-cultural practices, we gain insight into the universal nature of human empathy and the ways in which language can both reflect and shape social values. Furthermore, the global spread of such expressions highlights how cultural traditions are not static but constantly evolving. Modern communication, migration, and the influence of global media have led to a fascinating exchange of customs. As a result, many people today might use a blend of traditional and modern expressions, merging old superstitions with new cultural practices. The role of health and medicine in shaping the custom. Before modern medicine, many people relied on folk remedies and superstitions to explain and combat illnesses. Sneezing was one such phenomenon that evoked a range of interpretations, some rational, some mystical. In an era when diseases were poorly understood, a sneeze could signal the onset of a serious illness. Consequently, invoking a blessing after a sneeze was a way to call upon divine protection against potential harm. The belief that a sneeze could expel the soul, or conversely, allow evil spirits to enter, was widespread in ancient cultures. This led to the development of various protective rituals, of which saying "bless you" was a particularly enduring example. As medical knowledge advanced and scientific explanations replaced supernatural interpretations, the literal need for such blessings diminished. However, the phrase endured as a comforting social custom, a remnant of a time when every sneeze was a matter of life and death. Even today, the act of saying "bless you" carries with it an echo of those earlier times. It is a verbal bridge between a past where health was precarious and a present where, despite our advances, we still value the sentiment of care and protection. In this way, the custom continues to remind us of the fragility of life and the enduring hope for wellness. Linguistic nuances and evolution. Language is dynamic, and the phrase "bless you" is no exception. Over time, the expression has been abbreviated, modified, and sometimes even challenged. In some modern contexts, people may simply say "gesundheit" or opt for a casual "excuse me" in response to a sneeze. Yet, in many situations, the traditional "bless you" persists as a marker of politeness and cultural heritage. The evolution of this phrase is a testament to the way language adapts to social change while preserving elements of the past. It is interesting to note that even as some parts of the world become more secular and less superstitious, the practice of saying "bless you" endures. This persistence suggests that the phrase has transcended its original religious connotations to become a general expression of goodwill. In modern English, "bless you" is often used without the explicit reference to God that might have been more common in earlier centuries. This shift reflects broader changes in society, including the rise of secularism and the diversification of cultural practices. Nevertheless, the core sentiment, wishing someone well in a moment of vulnerability, remains unchanged. Psychological impact and social cohesion. The seemingly simple act of saying "bless you" plays a significant role in social interactions. Psychologically, receiving such a response can create a momentary sense of connection and care. It acts as a social glue that reinforces the bonds between individuals, reminding us that even in our briefest interactions, we share common human experiences. For many, the expression triggers a cascade of positive emotions. The gentle tone, the cultural familiarity, and the implicit concern for one's well-being all contribute to a moment of warmth and reassurance. This emotional reinforcement is especially valuable in social settings where small acts of kindness can have a ripple effect, fostering an atmosphere of mutual support and empathy. Furthermore, the ritual of saying "bless you" helps normalize the minor imperfections of daily life, such as a sudden sneeze, and transforms them into opportunities for social engagement. In this way, the expression contributes to the overall cohesion of communities, creating a shared language of care that transcends individual differences. Modern context, technology, globalization, and the future of the custom. In our increasingly digital and interconnected world, traditional expressions like "bless you" are taking on new forms. With the rise of social media and instant communication, these age-old customs are being disseminated more widely than ever before. Memes, GIFs, and viral videos have introduced the phrase to younger generations, ensuring that the tradition remains vibrant and relevant. At the same time, globalization has led to a fascinating blending of cultural practices. People from different linguistic and cultural backgrounds now interact more frequently, leading to a richer exchange of customs and expressions. As a result, many individuals might use a variety of responses to a sneeze, incorporating both traditional phrases like "bless you" and alternatives such as "gesundheit" or even region-specific sayings. This diversity enriches the social fabric and underscores the adaptability of cultural traditions in the modern era. Looking ahead, it is likely that the practice of saying "bless you" will continue to evolve. While its religious origins may become less prominent in an increasingly secular world, the underlying sentiment of goodwill and communal care is likely to persist. As society adapts to new challenges and cultural shifts, old expressions often take on new meanings, blending tradition with innovation. Anecdotes and personal reflections. Throughout history, many individuals have shared personal anecdotes about the impact of this simple phrase. actors, teachers, and even office workers often recall moments when a well-timed "bless you" brightened their day or eased their embarrassment after an unexpected sneeze. These personal stories reveal that beyond its historical and cultural significance, the phrase "bless you" has a tangible emotional resonance. For some, hearing "bless you" serves as a reminder of childhood, when such phrases were a daily part of social etiquette. For others, it represents a moment of unexpected kindness, a brief pause in the rush of everyday life when someone takes a moment to care for another. These anecdotes illustrate how a simple verbal exchange can foster a sense of shared humanity, bridging gaps between individuals and reinforcing social bonds. Many people have fond memories of their grandparents or parents saying "bless you" with a gentle smile, making the moment of a sneeze a small but meaningful ritual. These personal reflections underscore the power of language to connect us across generations and cultural divides. In conclusion, the phrase "bless you" is far more than a casual expression. It is a living relic of our shared history, a blend of ancient superstitions, religious beliefs, folk medicine, and social rituals. Whether it originated as a desperate plea for protection during times of plague, a safeguard against evil spirits, or simply as a courteous gesture in everyday life, "bless you" has evolved into a universal marker of goodwill. Through centuries of cultural transmission and linguistic evolution, the expression has come to embody a complex tapestry of meanings. It is at once a reminder of our vulnerability, an invocation of divine or communal protection, and a simple act of kindness that reinforces our connections with one another. In a world that is often unpredictable and challenging, such small gestures can provide comfort and foster a sense of belonging. As we've explored today, saying "bless you" when someone sneezes carries deep historical roots and continues to serve important social and psychological functions. It is a testament to the power of language to preserve traditions and create a shared cultural experience, a ritual that, despite the passage of time, remains as relevant today as it was centuries ago. Thank you for joining me on this deep dive into why we say "bless you" when someone sneezes. If you found this exploration into the origins, evolution, and cultural significance of this everyday expression enlightening, please like this video, share your thoughts and personal experiences in the comments below. Subscribe to Unlimited Quest for more captivating discussions on language, culture, and human behavior. And share this video with friends and family who appreciate the hidden stories behind our everyday words. Until next time, keep questioning, keep exploring, and never stop your quest for knowledge.